If you're looking to get the complete lowdown on what your student needs for an awesome year in band, well, you are in exactly the right place. So let's just dive right into our quick start guide. So what we're going to do here is just give you a simple roadmap of what to expect, what your kid's going to be learning, and really how you can be their biggest cheerleader from home. All right, before we dive into what's coming next, let's just take a second to appreciate how far your new musician has already come. Seriously, this is a huge adventure, and they've already taken some pretty awesome first steps. They've already done the whole instrument test drive thing. They've learned the basics of posture and breathing, which, by the way, is like the engine for any wind instrument. And they've even started to crack the code of music, reading rhythms, memorizing symbols. They are absolutely on their way. Well, now we get to the really fun part, actually making those first sounds. And we have a very specific step-by-step way we do this to build a super strong foundation. It looks a little something like this. First up, we get to know the instrument inside and out, how to put it together, take it apart, and, just take good care of it. Then we start with what we call tiny instruments. Now, that just means using only the mouthpiece or the head joint. It lets them focus on one thing, making a great, solid sound. And finally, we turn it into a game with mission goals. It's basically this fun punch card system that makes learning new stuff feel like a series of cool, achievable challenges. Now, this brings us to a really important policy for that first week or so. You might be wondering, hey, why isn't my kid's instrument coming home right away? And that's a great question. It's actually a key part of the whole process. And the reason is pretty simple, actually. By keeping the instruments here at school for a little bit, we can make sure every single student is getting consistent, hands-on help from us. We want to build those great habits, putting the instrument together correctly, making those first sounds before they start practicing at home. It just sets them up for success, and honestly, it prevents a ton of frustration. Okay, so once those instruments do finally make it home, the next big question is practice. And we really like to think of this not as some big chore, but as a short, simple, and really powerful little daily habit. And this right here? This is hands down the #1 question we get from parents, and it's a fantastic one. So let's just break down exactly what you should expect. So when they're first starting out, all it takes is about 5, maybe 10 minutes a day. And the whole focus is just on reinforcing 1 or 2 things we did in class. But what you'll see is that over time, as those skills start to stack up, that practice time will just kind of naturally grow to about 15 or 20 minutes a day. It's a really smooth, manageable progression. What should those 10 minutes actually look like? Here is a super simple checklist for pretty much every practice session. First, they should reinforce what we did in class that day. Then, check eCampus for any assignments, and of course, work on their mission goals card. A great rule of thumb we use is always play something you already know and always try something a little new. That mix is perfect. It builds confidence, but also keeps them moving forward. It's kind of the secret sauce for progress. There are a couple of key resources you're definitely going to want to know about. The big one is eCampus. Think of it as your digital home base for everything band-related. It's where you'll find all the assignments, helpful resources, links to other important sites, all that good stuff. And you can get to it right through the main school portal. You'll start seeing assignments pop up around the 3rd week of school, so don't worry if it's empty at first. And here's a pro tip. If you're using a phone or a tablet, the Canvas app is by far the easiest way for your child to upload their playing assignments. Here are the key dates and the to-dos that you'll want to get on your radar right now. All the band forms are due August 29th. Then we've got the beginner uniform fitting on October 4th. And then, believe it or not, their very first performance is on December 2nd. It's just an incredible moment. You're going to love it. Speaking of that uniform fitting on October 4th, let's just do a quick rundown of the 2 items that you'll need to purchase. First up is the official band polo shirt. It's $25, and it just keeps everyone looking really sharp and professional on stage. The second thing you'll need are the official Bando shoes, which are $37. Now, one thing to know is that there might be some gently used pairs available for a bit cheaper, so definitely make sure to ask about that when you're at the fitting. Okay, wow, we've covered a lot, but if we look at that August 29th deadline, what is the single most urgent thing you need to do right now? It really all comes down to the paperwork. So, there are 3 main forms we need back from you as soon as you can get them to us: the band fair share form, the handbook acknowledgement, and the instrument care form. Getting these turned in by August 29th, just make sure your student is 100% ready to go.
Let's get you familiar with the basics. Who's who and the one place you'll need to go for info all year long.
He is going to be your go-to person for pretty much any question you have about your students' progress on their musical journey. Do yourself a favor and bookmark this site right now, jhmsband.com, especially the band event calendar, which is always being updated. It's also where you can find out more about our incredible band boosters.
Next up, let's chat about communication. And when it comes to getting hold of him, email is without a doubt the absolute best way to reach him. So if you've got a question or need to send a message, just start with an email.
The two email addresses you're definitely going to want to save. The first one is from Mr. Williamson himself, and the second one connects you with the band booster treasurer. Super important for anything related to payments, fees, or fundraiser questions.
Take a second right now and add both of those emails to your contacts list. Trust me, this one little step helps make sure that all the important stuff doesn't get lost in your spam folder. What does your student actually need to bring with them every day?
Every single day, your student needs to show up ready with these 5 things. A pencil, always for marking music, their band book, their instrument, and of course, a 1-inch binder that has pockets and page protectors to keep their music safe and organized.
And yes, that 1-inch size for the binder is important.
Now, for performances, looking sharp and unified is a really big deal. So here's the official uniform piece by piece. It's the blue polo band shirt, then black dress pants, and please, no capris or yoga pants. Black socks that come up above the ankle. And finally, the official bando shoes to pull the whole look together.
And hey, just in case you ever need things like reeds, valve oil, or any other instrument accessories, here's a super handy list of some great local music stores that will have exactly what you need.
Let's talk about what happens outside of regular class time. This includes extra practice opportunities and, really importantly, how our amazing program gets its funding.
The band room itself is a fantastic resource. It opens up every morning at 8:15, which gives students a perfect chance to get in some extra practice, ask Mr. Williamson for help, or make up an assignment. Just remind them to use the side door from the sidewalk.
Okay, this one is huge. The fall fundraiser kicks off on October 28th. This event is absolutely vital to the success of our entire band program.
Now, the best part about our Snap Raise fundraiser? You don't have to sell anything. No chocolate bars, no wrapping paper. It's a really simple online donation platform. All students need is a selfie with their instrument, and the money we raise goes directly to support the band's needs all year long.
Let's quickly cover the logistics for some of the bigger instruments and talk about how we use band lockers for storage.
If your child plays the tuba, French horn, or euphonium, these next couple of slides are for you. Your child uses what we call a school-owned instrument, which is just a fancy way of saying the school provides the instrument for them to use for the entire year, both in the classroom and at home.
Now, to use one of these instruments, there are 2 forms that you have to have filled out: the rental agreement and the SCPS off-campus use form. These are really important for making sure the instruments are accounted for, so if you haven't taken care of those yet, please do that as soon as you can.
And finally, let's talk lockers. Using a locker is required for all students playing French horn and euphonium. It just keeps those instruments safe. For most other instruments, well, except for the tubas, obviously, lockers are available and we highly recommend them. All you need to do is sign a locker agreement form to get one.